During tax season, we often say you should file your return as soon as possible, but there may be a few reasons why some people should wait to file their taxes. This afternoon, our financial expert Paul Hood from Hood CPAs is here to break down who may want to hold off on completing their taxes. Paul, good to see you. Thanks for being here.
Good to see you.
So let's start it off today by saying, how would you know if you are someone who should actually wait to file their taxes?
Well, if there's any complexity whatsoever, you should really wait. There's so many people file prior to April 15th, especially between March 1st and April 15th. There's a lot of problems that are created for all the volume that hits the IRS's website, and their system is fairly antiquated. Their people are, they're short on people. So if you've got much complexity whatsoever, I would definitely file an extension now. One thing, Coop, is the extension does not extend the time to pay. It only extends the time to file. So if you think you're going to owe, you need to go ahead and pay in an estimate with that extension.
Gotcha. And are there any tax forms that you should consider waiting for before you file?
Well, yeah. Every year, especially people that have investments, dividends and interest, and you'd think that'd be very simple.
Right.
And those are all due out at the end of January, but oftentimes they don't have all the information. So they send out these statements, these 1099 statements that have estimate numbers, and it says, future ones will come. And they're generally always right up to April 15th, if not afterwards. So if you've got a brokerage account, an after-tax brokerage account is a good idea. If you're a partner in a partnership or an S-Corp, those things are due March 15th, but they can file an extension until September. And so sometimes you're forced to extend because you don't have all the data.
Yeah, and speaking of those extensions, you talked about it a little bit, but when's the best time to file an extension? Who should do it? Are there deadlines for that? Things like that.
So normally business returns, flow-through business returns are due March 15th. Individual returns are due April 15th. And so you have to file an extension by then. You can file an extension electronically, which is the way you should. There's been some issues with identity theft with the IRS, especially somehow when you file an extension, they sometimes jump it. And so I would get it in as soon as possible, but by April 15th. And then again, send in a payment, or you can do it electronically if you think you're going to owe. And then that extends, business returns extend to September 15th, individual returns extend to October 15th.
And then I think I know the answer to this one, but if you have big time investments or very complicated taxes, you probably should. But when should another time be when you should reach out to a tax professional like yourself?
Yeah, so to be successful in life, and I don't care whether it's financial or your physical fitness or taxes, you should be proactive. And there's our system, every time the government simplifies our tax code, it's the Full Employment Act for people like me. So if you got any complexity, if you're an individual and you've got a W-2, file online. If you've got mortgage interest, if you are a tither, you give stuff to charity, you're cleaning out your closet and taking it to Goodwill. If you're self-employed and have your own business, anybody like that should really, really consider extending, getting past that that April 15th deadline, so we can breathe and actually do some proactive planning. Because there's things that you can do after April 15th that would affect that prior year return and save you money.
Very interesting. All right, Paul, thanks so much.